In this video, I'll be showing how to replace an intercooler on a Chevrolet Equinox. It is located behind the front bumper. Let's get started. Now that our hood's open, we're going to want to remove the 6 T15 Torx screws holding the top portion of the bumper down. I'll be using a T15 bit on drill to remove these. Now I'm going to make my way to my front wheel wells. I'm going to turn my tire all the way to the inside of the vehicle so I have access for my 5 T15 Torx screws. And set these aside. Now I'm going to go to the corner of the mudguard to locate one 7mm bolt. Go ahead and remove that. And set it aside. Now I'm going to pull away my fender liner from the bumper, and I'll be using a trim tool. Now I have access to the 7mm bolt on the corner of the bumper. Now with the bolt off, I'm going to go ahead and pull away the corners of the bumper from the vehicle. Repeat the process for the other side. Now we can move along to the underside of the bumper to remove our 6 7mm bolts. Now that the corners of my bumper are free, we could go ahead and start removing our bumper. I'm going to locate our grill and these tabs and just lift up on the corners and pull the bumper away from the vehicle. Now before we fully pull away the bumper from the vehicle, there is one electrical connector on the right side of the vehicle. You'll find it here near the fender liner. There's a red tab. You are going to want to pull that out. Now I'll be using a pick to undo the clip from the inside and then pulling the connector out. I'm just going to pry the tab in the connector and slide it out. Inspect for any corrosion or damage. Now we can set the bumper aside. Now with our bumper out of the way, we could go and locate our intercooler shroud. It is held in by 4 pushpin clips, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. I'll be removing them using a trim tool. Now repeat the process for the other side. Now we're going to locate our ambient temperature sensor and remove it. There's a plastic tab, just pull it out. And remove the connector. Now let's go ahead and remove our intercooler shroud. And set it aside. Now I'm going to locate this sensor on the intercooler and remove it. I'll be using a T20 Torx bit. Set it aside and pull the sensor up and out. Now to remove our charge pipes from the intercooler. On each end there is a metal clamp and there's tabs, so just pull the tabs up and out. Set these aside. Now we can pull our charge pipes away from the intercooler. Now for our other charge pipe, you're going to want to locate these 2 clips on top. We're going to pry both of them out. I'll be using an angled pick. And we can set it aside. Now we're going to locate our 10mm bolt that mounts the intercooler to the body of the vehicle. There are 1 on each side. Go ahead and remove those. Now repeat the process for the other side. Now let's go ahead and remove our intercooler. I'll tilt it forward and remove it out of the mounting tabs. And there it is. Before we install our new intercooler, quick note, on the left side of our original unit, there is a rubber grommet. We're going to want to transfer that over. This is for our bolt, so just remove it and push it in. Now for our new intercooler. On the radiator, there are two mounting tabs. You're going to want to line those during reinstallation. I'm going to hand thread on my two 10mm mounting bolts. Now I'm going to snug it down. Now we're going to go ahead and torque both of these bolts to 80 inch-pounds. Now repeat the process for the other side. Now to reinstall our charge pipe. I'm just going to slide it over. Make sure it's fully flush and install the clip. Now make sure it's secure. Now let's go ahead and install our other charge pipe. I'm going to slide it over and in place and install my clamp. Make sure it's fully secured. Now for our intercooler sensor. Before installation, I am going to lubricate the O-ring on the sensor with some manufacturer approved oil. This is so we don't damage the O-ring during reinstallation. Fully pushed down, and now we can snug up our T20 Torx screw. And make sure the sensor is securely in place. Now for our intercooler shroud. On the bottom you'll find 3 plastic tabs. You'll want to align that on the radiator during reinstallation. Just going to slide them in, making sure my tabs are aligned. Now I'm going to reinstall my 4 push-pin clips. Now repeat the process for the other side. Now for our ambient temperature sensor connector. Just going to slide it in place, fully press down, and push the gray tab in. Now to reinstall our bumper with its electrical connector. Going to slide it in place with the red tab facing us. Going to push all the way in and push the red tab in as well. Now let's reinstall our bumper. Just going to slide it in place, aligning the mounting tabs. Excuse me, my top tabs are now in place. Now let's move on to the corners of the bumper. Now I'm going to install the corners of my bumper. Just going to push them in, align the tabs, and push the bumper in. Now we're going to move on to our 7mm mounting bolt. It's located on top right here. Just going to hand thread it in first. Now we can go ahead and snug it down. Now I'm going to reinstall my fender lining to the fender and the bumper. I'm going to go up along and just push it in. Now I'm going to go ahead and snug down my 5 T15 Torx screws. Now repeat these steps for the other side. Now I'm going to move along to the underside of the bumper and install my 8 7mm bolts. Now we're going to move along to the engine bay and finish installing our 6 T15 Torx screws that hold the grill down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.